in his place, but we have Blinktron, aka Patrick, again, filling in, and did a pretty damn fine job last time, if I may. Yeah, it was all right. We've got, of course, the Green Bear rolling his eyes, spilling drinks on his floor. We got Pagan Tech messing with his camera setup again. So it's pretty much situation normal. As normal as it gets anyway. But we'll do some plugs real quick here. I'll just go ahead and get mine out of the way. You can always find me at stnradio.com. We play music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We are live on Wednesdays and Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays. And on Tuesdays, one of my DJs plays 3 hours of punk music, and it's called Fuck Names, Let's Go, is the name of the show.
Rock and roll.
So it's tough. Yeah, it's cool. Oh, that's right. You were listening the other night. That's right, Patrick. I forgot about that.
One of my new favorite songs.
Yeah. He plays some stuff.
Fuck Hollywood.
Yeah. He I don't know where he pulls some of this stuff out of, to be honest with you, but his shows are always really good. He plays he's got a show on Friday nights at 9 called Rising Down. It's Goth and Industrial, and he goes from 9 until midnight, sometimes 1 a.m. So that's a good one too. So we've STN, we got that going on. Of course, we air the Roundtable Fools on Sunday nights. My podcast, I've got one episode in the can already that's in podcast form, but I haven't actually broadcast it yet. I've got another. I'm doing an interview. Well, interview. I don't like to call them interviews. Like when this filmmaker that I talked to. I don't like to call it an interview. I like to call it a conversation, because that's kind of what it always turns out to be. And I think that puts people more at ease, because as soon as you hear interview, you're like, oh, damn, interview, But if you're like, no, we're just going to have a conversation, I think that puts people more at ease, honestly. So I'm going to be having a conversation with a goth band from, where are they at? They're from Canada. They're from Western Canada. Not Vancouver. I'd have to look them up. But anyway, they're from Western Canada. They're working on a new album. They sent me some music the other day that is freaking awesome that I'll be playing this weekend. So my second podcast, the name of that podcast is Noise Tangent. And the second episode of that I'll be recording. I think we're going to record it on Sunday. And then I'll probably upload it either later that day or Monday, because I'm off on Monday for the holiday. So, in that case, that's right. So this will air Sunday evening. So to all of our listeners in the States, happy 4th of July, Independence Day, whatever you want to call it. And hope everybody has a good day off on Monday. And please try not to blow anything off or up with your fireworks on Sunday. Just be careful is all I'm saying. I'm not gonna, just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. No, everything's okay, really. So, anyway.
Nice try.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So, but anyway, so that's me in a nutshell.
There's only 4 more days, right?
Yeah.
There's like 4 more days.
4 more days. That's right. So Green Bear, I know you've been doing some streaming. In fact, you were doing some streaming earlier this evening, as I understand it. So lay on us some of your plugs and some of your information.
Well, as far as plugging the stream, right now I am getting ready. One of my go-to games is a game called Warframe. Absolutely consumed by it, and there is a huge new update dropping next week. So I have been streaming the game, preparing weapons, characters, warframes themselves, getting things prepared for this. There's new factions, new enemy types, new mods. There's just a metric ton of stuff coming.
Yeah, so a big then, not just some graphics tweaks or some performance tweaks. Big update. Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, there's like a new Assassin's Guild coming.
Yeah.
It's this. There is this faction in the game called the Corpus, and there is this new faction of Corpus assassins that are all female. They each have their own unique weapons.
Nice.
They each have their own unique companions, like a hunting dog or such. And the players can get these weapons, and the players can get these hunting companions, or combat companions, if you want to call them that. There's a bunch of new lore being dropped. a couple of older systems are being streamlined. There's going to be some new things introduced, and of course, in addition to what you would expect, there will be some new game balancing tweaks here and there. And just they are saying that of the game's entire player base, only about 1, maybe 2% of the players are at level 30, which is the highest level in the game, and I am one of them. And so they are touting that there is going to be enough content in this new update to get the mastery rank 30 players to 31.
Damn.
And that's a lot of content. So I'm really excited about that and getting ready for it. And I'm really getting Pagan Tech is one of my moderators on my stream, and I'm getting very excited about doing some musical streams. So yeah, that's some of the stuff I've got planned and currently working on, and more stuff to divulge later.
Oh,
Yes.
man. Oh, I see. So now, when is the Warframe update supposed to drop? You said next week sometime.
It's supposed to be next week. In the past, the company Digital Extremes had gotten into a bad habit, which they fessed up to and have changed their policy on. They no longer will talk about what's coming up within like the next few months or the next year. They don't do that. They only discuss things that are going to be dropping within the next months of time, only a week to a month out.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And they really want to focus on just the closer the release, the better.
Yeah. I mean,
And,
because they don't want to be one of those companies that like, hey, we got all this cool shit coming out. And then, it comes to the date and they're like, we have this to come out. And then
That's why they stopped doing that. Because
Yeah.
they
exactly
did
why they
that.
stopped.
Yeah.
They were
That's
one of them.
crying
They
for,
didn't
man.
used to be that way, but they didn't used to be that way, but they got that way.
Right.
And then about 2 years ago, at they have kind of how Blizzard has BlizzCon.
Yeah.
DE has TennoCon, and it's gotten really big. And at one of those conventions, they made all these promises and they showed all this cool shit, which is coming. But that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We haven't seen any of it.
Yeah.
Well,
And
we've
'cause they
seen
just got the one with the ships, the ship-to-ship combat,
Railjack.
Railjack. They just got that like near end of last year, wasn't it? And they
Yeah, they got it.
promised that 2 years ago.
Yeah. They got it. They've got it really streamlined. It's very accessible to players now. Even if you don't have a Railjack, you can get access to one, even if it's temporary. So you're not left out of the missions of the XP or anything like that. You can still team up with other players. But the benefits that would come with having your own Railjack are just not there yet. So we got something to work toward.
Speaking of teaming up and so forth, I finally was able to reinstall City of Heroes the other day. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. And I haven't installed in games, but I did reinstall Steam the other day as well. And I'm sure I'm driving Drew completely insane because I have Steam on there, but I haven't really downloaded any games yet. So he's just like, I'm like,
Summer sales going on right now. Best time.
Yeah,
Demio.
What?
I'm going to keep harping on everybody, on all three of you. Get Demio.
Get what?
Demio. Demeo.
Is that a VR game?
Yes. Now you can play it Pancake, but it is meant for VR. And Mr. Tommy, this thing, it's literally tabletop figures on 3D environments.
Last week. Okay, yeah. I just haven't had the money for anything. I mean, I literally haven't bought any games lately. So,
Now it's time to do it.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Did you say it's on sale or something?
It might be. I will purchase this game for you if I have to do that to get you in.
All right.
Which
I'm
game are we talking?
serious. Huh?
Which game? No, it is
Demio.
not on sale. It's fresh out of the box, so
Oh,
it's
okay.
not on sale right now.
It's
It's a new
so
release.
completely worth it. I
Gotcha.
will get this game for you if that's what it takes to get you to play it.
All right,
Seriously.
Yeah, like I say, unfortunately now today was kind of different because I had to just for people who have been keeping up with this saga. My wonky internet connection, I switched from Xfinity, which is residential service. I switched to Comcast business class today. So, it's only been, not quite 8 hours. But so far so good. And I'm getting 360 megabits per second down and almost 40 up on this connection.
That's
So,
nice.
Yeah. So, and I actually eliminated a couple of steps between the router because it's like a mad scientist's office in here. I've got fucking wires hanging from the wall and stuff, but with all the equipment. So I eliminated a couple of steps and I actually got it a little bit higher than when I clocked it at earlier today. So we will keep our fingers crossed and knock on wood and whatever other superstitious things we want to do. There you go. That perhaps my connectivity issues have been solved, and it's Wi-Fi as well, and the Wi-Fi is just screaming fast. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. But anyway, my point was today was kind of out of the ordinary because I worked from home because I had to wait for the Comcast business guy to show up. But normally on a normal day, I get home at like 5:30 if I'm lucky, and then dinner. My wife insists that I eat whatever
For the stream.
Yeah. And then, sometimes, yeah.
Eat?
Sometimes
What is that?
I'm doing this kind of stuff, so I just don't have a whole lot of spare time. So it's not that I don't want to play games, and it's not that I don't want to play games with you guys. It's just that I really don't have a whole lot of spare time between you work. Well, I've told you my sob story before. It's like almost an hour to go back.
All work and no play.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this part here isn't a job to me. I love doing this. I mean, I'd rather do this than anything, quite honestly. But anyway,
Yeah.
Let's move on. Peggy, I know you've had your gigantic, monumental, stupendous photo retouching project going 4 days now, 5 days, almost a week. I don't even know. I
2
lost
weeks.
track. How long?
That was 2 weeks ago that I
2
did the
weeks.
photo shoot. So I had all of last week and then the weekend and then all of this week, and we're Thursday. So about a week and a half. So yeah.
Are you close to being done?
I have finished the contract.
Okay.
I will be sending the contract information or the fulfillment for the contract off to the owner manager tomorrow. And
sweet.
then
Okay.
the rest of the stuff is I just got to render out all the rest of the stuff. But I don't have
Got
that timeline looming over my head, so I can start maybe playing a little game or two.
Okay, maybe
Yeah.
City of Heroes.
Believe
Maybe
it when I
some-
see it.
Star
Yeah,
Citizen.
really.
Right.
So let me see. So you've got that going on, and you've been streaming that on Twitch.
Yes.
But you run Roundtable of Fools on your YouTube channel. Do I have
Yes.
this correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Cool. And so your YouTube is just youtube.com/Pagantech, PAGANTEK.
TEK,
And
that's
the Twitch, twitch.tv/Pagantech. Say it's spelled the exact same way.
PAGANTEK.
Okay. So, and as I understand it, you're wanting to keep the live stuff, like the live streams on Twitch, because that's kind of what the audience there prefers. Whereas the pre-recorded stuff like this, you've been throwing on YouTube. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I tried to do a split stream to YouTube. I got no nibbles whatsoever. And I know it went because I saw it, but I just got no hits off of it. So I just said, you know what? I'm just going to eliminate that whole thread and just keep going straight to Twitch. And I was getting some pretty good feedback from Twitch. I do need some more followers, though. I'm at 40 out of 50 before I can bump to affiliate. So
Nice. Well, you're almost
Yeah.
there.
I'm
When
almost there.
I try to hop into your channel, and same with Green. Whenever I see him on, I try to drop in. I may not interact, but at least I'm there, and I'll cast a glance.
yep,
at
those
him.
numbers will boost it.
Yeah.
If you're going for the whole part, or not partner, but you know what I mean. If you as a watcher at least interact once, it actually helps the numbers, from what I understand.
Yeah. Because that
And helps get
accounts
them
for a
along
chat
further.
number as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So
well-
at least say hi, fuck off, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
preferably fuck off, but it depends on the situation, really.
Right.
Well, cool. And so, Patrick, I know you aren't really much of a streamer. You're not you don't have it. Do you have any like social media accounts that you would like people to drop in and abuse you randomly, or would you
He's a
rather?
Luddite, eh?
What's that?
He's a Luddite.
When it comes to that, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
No, I'm more of a. This is the most out there that I've been in my entire life. I'm usually a pretty private individual, so I don't have Twitter. I have Facebook, but it's private and locked down.
Yeah.
Except for those that I consider friends. Sorry, Phil.
Well, Phil doesn't use Twitter a whole lot either, so
Well, no, Facebook. But
No
and
Facebook
actually,
either.
we are friends on Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook.
But yeah, so I really don't do much of anything. I
Yeah, I
hang
mean,
out with
me
you
and him
guys
being
and-
friends on Facebook is kind of like, the rock on the sidewalk, really trying to interact a lot. There's nothing that happens.
Pretty much.
I will be flooding Facebook here probably starting this weekend once I get the thumbs up from the owner with the karate pictures.
Yeah,
You'll
cool.
start seeing those
Cool.
come.
Yeah, I've been seeing some of your band stuff come across, but that's about it.
Yep. I mean, photography, that's it. Nothing else.
So, do you turn around and I guess so? You took all those pictures. I'm just trying to understand the process myself. You took all the pictures for the karate school or whoever you were contracted to.
Right.
So
the martial
then-
arts school.
You're retouching them and you're doing all the stuff, and then do you just dump all those on them and say, "Here's all your pictures," or I mean, what's the
Well,
process?
the ones that I process, yes. I'm not going to give them all because not all of them are up to my quality. And I'm only going to give them what I think is going to be good stuff. And I'm not just going to give them garbage.
Yeah, no, that
So that
What-
I can kind of keep my quality control going out the way that I want it. So I am giving him a specific size. 1080p was what I promised him in the contract for advertising purposes. And he has rights. They're unbranded from my brand. He has rights to be able to use them in any advertising that he wants to in perpetuity, which was what the contract was. He's not getting the originals and he does not get the raw.
all right.
And he doesn't really have any rights to say, can you process more? I specifically worded it that I will give him the processed images.
So you basically keep the copyright of the images, but you
Yes.
give him your retouched photos and give him permission to use them in whatever way he chooses, essentially.
Right, the processed images, because
Right.
rarely do I do any retouching unless it's like a portrait. The portrait
Mm-hmm.
sessions I'll do retouching, but the event photography like this gets a processing, which is white balancing, black and white balancing, shadows, alignment. Usually try to make sure that there's a consistency, and then it also has to. My personal touches. It has to tell a story of some kind in the picture. It has to make sense.
Cool. All right. So yeah, no, I just didn't know because I know a lot of photographers, and you see, like, I mean, particularly on Facebook, people are always advertising their photography businesses on Facebook, as you do. And I just didn't really know, and I guess maybe it's different for every photography studio or for every photographer, because maybe some of them do just take a bajillion pictures and then just dump them all onto somebody who asks for them, or
Yeah.
maybe they dole them out one at a time or sell images, and I just don't know. I just see a lot of
Absolutely up to the photographer.
Yeah. Just see a lot of photographers advertising, flogging their wares, if you will, on Facebook.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess it would differ from photographer to photographer, I guess.
Yeah, I don't tend to do advertising because I'm not trying to make a living off of it. I'm not trying to make a buck off it. I am just trying to make sure that I keep my glass maintained, keep ability to pay the state taxes and the business licenses that I have, and then buy new equipment every now and then to replace broken equipment. And other than that, I mean, I do hour sessions for 125 on site.
All right,
That's
pretty
not
cool.
bad.
That's not bad at all. No, I mean, for roughly an hour's work, I mean, Probably a little more than that if you for processing, but
Well, yeah, because for every hour I shoot, there's 2 hours for processing.
oh, gotcha. Okay.
That's about the balance that it has become that I've seen. So usually my rule of thumb is it's going to be an hour shoot and 2 hours process. So I'm going to be working 3 hours.
Yeah. All right. I mean that seems fair for 125 for good quality photos. Which, if anybody has ever seen Pagan Text photography, they are good quality photos. So,
Well,
yeah,
thank you.
I think that's totally worth it. Actually, I think. Well, cool. So, Green Bear, I know you had some good news the other day, and you don't have to go into particulars if you don't want to, but I know you got put on a list or on a schedule or something to get your teeth all fixed up, correct?
Yes. And
I know it's
this way,
something.
am I pointing in the right direction? Am I pointing at Patrick?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Am I now?
Yes.
Okay. This guy right here.
Yeah.
This is the one who convinced me to really go after this because my family genetics are really bad about it. My grandmother had to have a full set of dentures by the time she was 25.
Really?
My mom had one procedure after another across her life, as long as I can remember back, procedures to keep her teeth. My sister is missing a lot of hers, and I'm to the point now I can only eat on this side of my mouth, and now these teeth are giving me issues.
Yeah.
So, I've been looking around for a few years trying to pursue this, and I went to several different private dental practices, and the cheapest, I can't say cheap, that implies that it's poor quality. The least expensive one I could find was they wanted almost $11,000 to do a denture for the top.
Mhm.
They're going to remove all of my teeth.
Okay.
What's left?
Yeah.
A denture like your grandmother had.
For all of them completely.
Yeah, they're going to remove all of my teeth. Well, what have I got left?
Yeah.
It's going to be just a denture on the top, like grandmother used to have, and then the bottom will be 4 implants, and it'll all just be one big piece that just click into place.
Nice. Okay. Well, that'll be good.
Nice.
So I went to the medical dental college, and got treated like shit. This is a few years ago.
Yeah.
And did not want to go back, and that's when I started investigating the other private practices. And then a couple of months ago, I went back to them. Of course, it's been a few years that have passed, different crowd. And when I went to have my screening, when I told the lady how much it was for like the least expensive one, she looked at me like a puppy that had just been kicked, and I thought she was going to break down and cry. And she said, "We can do that for not even a fraction of that cost." So I'm really looking forward to it. Well, day before yesterday, or I was told at the screening that it would be later in July, later this month, that I would hear from the student who was going to be doing the procedures. And since they use their own personal phones, you might want to pick it up if you don't recognize the call. So I was taking a nap the other day. When I woke up, I saw that a stranger had called, and it was an Augusta number, and I thought, maybe. So I checked the voicemail, and sure as shit, that's exactly who it was.
Nice.
I called her back. It was a sweet young lady named Katie, and we talked for about maybe 15 minutes, and by the end, we were cutting up and joking with each other, and we were like, "Yeah, we're going to get along just fine."
Nice.
So on the 27th of this month, I begin the long process of getting my teeth replaced and repaired.
Nice.
Nice.
And
Congratulations on that, because I know you've been fighting with it for a while. So
Yes.
yeah.
Going to make
And
a
then-
huge difference.
Yes.
Oh, and I can't wait. Oh, and then like the day before, I can now. I'm going to go ahead and tell I'm going to pat myself here. I can now wear a size 42.
Yes.
For context,
Fantastic.
for context, I was at 363 when I was up in Pittsburgh, Tommy.
Mhm.
I was at 363. I am now down to 255,
Wow.
Damn, son.
and I was wearing 50s at the pit.
You mean waist, in other words?
Yeah,
Yeah.
waist. I was wearing size 50 to 55 when we were at the pit.
And you're down to what you say, 42?
Yeah, size 42.
Nice. It's the answer
Down-
to the universe and everything.
Right. And I was at like, I want to say I was at 50. I actually was up to a 58.
Dang.
I'd
Damn,
never
boy.
been that big in my life.
It's a big
But
boy.
weight's coming off, teeth are getting fixed.
Everything's coming up green.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there is a
Right.
musical project I've been working on for a while. And I've got two musicians here locally that are now working with me on it, putting some of my my writing to music.
Oh, fun.
Nice.
All right. That's awesome.
I'm really excited about this.
Yeah.
I talked to them about it. There's two more. One is a professional pianist and like Broadway level singer.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Lives locally, and he's interested. I've just got to get him the tracks that I've already recorded to him. What are you snickering about?
You said pianist. I called you a potty mouth.
Penis. There, are you happy?
I think we should have penis order for the night.
They're not back there today. Sorry. That was my Warner brother and sister remark.
No fingerprints.
Oh.
Oh no!
I don't
that's
think
gross.
so.
I don't think so.
That was a great line.
Yep.
Oh, and I mentioned there are a lot of things. The past 3 weeks, I've had so much good shit happen. One of them was I ordered a big old box of gummy bears, a sour apple gummy bears. It's a new flavor.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
instead,
yeah.
they sent me cherry.
Hmm.
So I contacted them, and they said send a picture of it if we got the wrong thing. So I took about 5 pictures and said, "There, here you go. Anything else?" And they sent me my new box of of sour apple gummy bears.
Holy shit. That's a lot of gummy bears.
Yes, it's like 23 packets, 23 the big old packs of them.
Well, the good thing you're getting your teeth fixed because they're going to
Wow.
be out by the time you eat all those goddamn things.
Now's the time to go to town on those gummy bears.
Yes,
If ever you were going to go on a sugar candy binge, now would be the time.
yeah. And the other thing is, I ordered. I've got to make myself start exercising again. I just got to. I've gotten far too sedentary, especially going through COVID, streaming all the time. I mean, I've Pagan Tech can tell you, Pagan Tech can tell you, I've invested a lot of money in getting the stream and getting the cameras and everything that I need to get going.
Oh, yeah.
And invested in it is the proper word for it, because
Yeah.
I didn't just get cheap shit. I got good quality.
Well, we
So
will.
I really
Particulars of that in our second segment. How about that?
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, I've been telling myself for some years now I've got to start exercising again. So I'm doing two things. I'm exercising a lot in the VR. I'm using Beat Saber, and there is this other program called Supernatural that I've been using as an exercise routine. They're fun. They work.
Beat Saber. I know for
And-
a fact Beat Saber works up a sweat.
Oh,
I've-
yes, it does.
Well,
Big
you're-
time.
Yeah, you work up a sweat.
So the other thing, Tommy, you know this about me. I don't know if Pagan Tech or Patrick knows. I'm pretty sure Patrick knows. I know how to spin poi, if you know what that means. Yes? Okay.
Sounds dirty. Yes.
Yeah, it does. I picked up some poi from Wish about 4 years ago.
Oh yes, yes.
It was good for about an hour, and then it was garbage.
This podcast is not sponsored by Wish. Don't buy anything from Wish. That all sucks.
No.
They're
Go ahead.
garbage.
Yeah,
Garbage.
So
Garbage.
I ordered some legitimate poi.
Ooh, fancy.
Yes, very. If I can get the damn thing to turn on. There we go.
Oh, nice. All right.
And not only that, but
Your backyard and swing that shit around for a while.
I have been. So I'm starting to do
That's
this.
groovy.
And I thought, well, I know how to flag, I know how to fan, I know how to spin poi. I should be able to do this. This shit is fucking heavy.
A lot different than
Heavy.
on a fan, yeah.
Yeah. So I went outside, and after like 15 minutes, I was like, I'm done. What even 15? Just I'm done.
Have you brained yourself with them yet?
of course.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
Okay, good.
You gotta
And
do it at least
only-
once.
That makes me
only
happy.
did that mainly because like I've been doing this a long time,
Yeah.
but I really only did it because they're so heavy.
Mhm.
I'm going to have to relearn how to control them because these they're fucking weapons is what they are.
Are they? What are they? Just like hard plastic, or you like thick?
No, it's silicone and vinyl.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's
All
very it's squeezable. It's squeezably soft.
right.
No, it
But not
doesn't.
when it
doesn't
beans you,
hurt.
right?
What's that?
But not when it beans you, right?
No.
Oh,
It doesn't hurt, but you know you've been hit.
Yeah.
Oh, at least it's not like when you get your first set of real nunchucks and bean yourself in the nads or the back of the head.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or at least you're not spinning fire poi yet and lighting yourself on fire accidentally.
Oh, that was the first time I did it. I stopped doing fire when this caught on fire. And I was like, I'm
Yeah.
not doing this again.
No.
I don't want this to catch on fire.
right.
But that was a long black singed burn down the length of my arm. As
Wow.
nope,
Like,
done.
we're done. I think we'll be not spinning fire anymore.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, again, the previous year and a half of roughly of COVID quarantine has done me no favors either. But we've gone basically sugar free in the house. I mean, we don't put sugar in our coffee. Like the Gatorade, for example, is zero sugar Gatorade, which is freaking awesome, by the way. Yeah. Oh, zero sugar 7-Up is phenomenal, by the way. I was drinking that the other day. Oh, there you go. Yeah. I was drinking that the other day, and I think the lack of sugar actually brings out the lemon and lime flavors in 7-Up a bit more. You can actually taste like, whatever I guess it's lemon or lime or whatever.
There's
yeah.
a study on sugar's effect on the body. And once you, like people who are diabetic, once you get your sugar really down, the sugar's effect on your ability to taste changes.
Yeah.
That's why suddenly these taste good and the ones that have a lot of sugar are way too sweet.
Yeah. Well, here's another thing too. When Patty was got her cancer diagnosis, there, we were doing a bunch of studying and looking at a bunch of stuff, and cancer feeds off of sugar. So we're like, okay, well, let's cut out sugar then. Let's give her every chance we can. So we cut out not all of it, of course. I mean, it's nearly impossible to cut sugar completely out of your diet. But like all the drinks now are all sugar free. Well, she makes her sweet tea, which is not as sweet as Southern sweet tea. Which here's a side story. We went to Popeyes. There's like one Popeyes near us, and it's still a pretty good ways. But we went to Popeyes for dinner the other day, and they were like, "Well, what do you want to drink?" I was like, "Sweet tea." Holy shit! I could feel my teeth rotting out of my head drinking that. I had forgotten just how sugary Southern sweet tea is. My God, it was ridiculous. She still makes sweet tea, but it's like half of the. Anyway, she makes great tea is my point. But we've gone, if not sugar free, we've gone very, very low sugar in this house, and I think that's helped all of us out because I said, for the last year and a half or whatever, I worked from home and been doing this sort of stuff and just haven't really gotten out to do anything really. I mean, even we could go walking because there's nobody on the walking trail. Like. Or we could stay in and watch movies. Movies it is, woohoo! And we'd watch movies, So, but yeah. So we're getting there. But so Green, if I may ask, what is your secret to weight loss? What is your secret? What is the secret recipe there, or is it just basically exercise and just watching what you eat, essentially?
Do you?
Nope.
Do you really want me to tell you this story?
Sure.
All right.
I mean, if you don't want to, though, it's fine. We can.
No, I don't mind. It will be a couple minutes.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
I got 243 hours on this SD card. We're good.
All right. Here's now.
I make it comfy.
Let me
I thought you guys
caveat
wanted
this.
me to come back.
do what?
I said it was like, wait. I thought you guys wanted me to come back. He's saying he's got 200 hours.
Driving boy.
Anyways, go ahead. Go.
Okay.
Go.
let me maybe put a few caveats to this before I go into this. This worked for me. I did not do this. I did not do any of what I'm about to tell you for the purpose of losing weight. The weight just came off. Certain habits changed as a result. I only actually made 2 changes, and both of them. One of them was really in regards to. One of them was really in regards to 2 changes. Stop it. Okay. When I was up in Pittsburgh,
Mhm.
I was at Ralph's one day, and I was in the salad aisle, and I had a moment of where, and everything I'm about to say is a bit of a duh statement. You're going to go, well, yeah, everyone knows that.
Well, it wasn't. There's no Ralph's in Pittsburgh. It might have been like a Whole Foods or something. We
But
don't
what
have
was that place right around the corner from in Monroeville?
Giant Eagle,
Aldi's?
Aldi. Yeah, we do have Aldi around the corner.
Okay, it was
Yeah.
Aldi's.
Okay.
The
all
one that you went around the corners in that strip mall at the base of the
right.
hill.
Right on the hill. Yep. Okay, I'm with you. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you're right.
Okay. I was in Aldi's, not Ralph's. I was in Aldi's. Ralph's is in California.
California. Yeah. So
I was in Aldi's and it was in the salad aisle, and I just had this really sink in. All of the good for you, healthy food is really fucking expensive, and all of the garbage is affordable. So let's see, I can eat healthy and good maybe twice a week, maybe 3 times, and go hungry, or I can eat the garbage and not go hungry. And guess which one I chose? So, sitting there or standing there in the aisle, I got angry because the more I looked at prices and compared prices, it just dawned on me, it feels like it's a conspiracy. It feels like it's being done deliberately. It feels like they're trying to keep us eating garbage. And I got pissed off. Now, at that time, when I came up and was up there with you guys, I had just come off of the Atkins diet. I'd lost about 15 pounds, and within a month, it had all come back. And I'd done a couple of other things I'd read online about different diet ideas, and nothing fucking worked. And I got sick and tired of telling myself or just making myself miserable by not eating the things I wanted in hopes that at some indeterminate point down the road, I was going to have a body and a look that I liked, that was comfortable to me, and that hopefully somebody else might like. And in this moment, I just said, fuck eating healthy. I'm eating happy. And from that moment, it stuck. Since then, in 2013, I love buffets. Anybody who knows me knows that. If I go to a buffet,
you remember that Chinese buffet in Miracle Mile Shopping Center, Golden Star, whatever it was called?
yeah.
Patty and I were just talking about that earlier this evening. We're gonna go there. Yeah.
If I go to a buffet and I want like a dessert, like if I want another piece of that incredibly amazing no-bake Jello cheesecake, if I want 2 or 3 more slices, I'll get 2 or 3 more fucking slices, and I'll like it. And not once, not one damn time have I ever said, I wonder if I should get some dessert. No, if I'm thinking about it, I want it, I go get it. Here's one of the changes that I became aware of. And that is, if I don't think about it, I don't get it. If I don't think about it, I don't want it. And I had developed some bad habits. I wasn't always positive when I was going to get to eat again a few years prior. And so I developed the bad habits of going to buffets and eating a lot. And with that whole mindset of, well, if I eat a lot, maybe it'll last me a little longer. And no, you just get bigger and bigger. So that I'd gotten so big that I was embarrassed to go back for a second round because I was still fucking starving. So the first actual change, actually, when I made this whole I'm eating happy, not healthy, I kind of stopped beating myself up for that. And I gave myself permission to eat until I wasn't hungry anymore. And I stopped feeling bad about craving anything. That's human nature. You want what your body says. I want some of that. So if I get it, if I want a dessert, I get one, or I don't. To this day, I eat what I want, when I want, as much as I want. And here's the big part of it. If I want. If I don't want it, I don't eat it. If I don't think about it, I don't get it. It never occurs to me to go get some more or to go get it if I'm not hungry or want it. But if I want it, I get it. First actual change I did was I got myself off of sodas.
Mm-hmm.
But before I did, I never said, well, I got to get off of sodas. I'll quit drinking sodas. No. I found something that I knew I would like before I decided to try to start getting off of them. And for me, it was those Crystal Light packets that you mix in the water.
Oh yeah, those are awesome. We've got a bunch of
They
them.
are.
Yeah.
I love them. The only drawback to those is the chemical used to keep them in a powder form is not very good for you.
Oh really?
So I stopped that and went to those little flavored bottles, like Mio and those
Oh.
kind of things, little squirt bottles of flavor.
Like like the Kool-Aid there. Yeah. Okay.
Which I get the Kool-Aid flavors all the time. They're really good. But even like the Walmart knockoff brands are great. And there's so many you don't get tired of them, and they mix really well. And you can put them in so many things besides water, like put them in coffee. Put like creamsicle in like Cheerios, mix it with your milk. Mix them in like sweet tea or unsweet tea. I started mixing them into unsweet tea because I got that sweet tea, sweet taste that I liked, plus a flavor. And so I don't get tired of them. I don't get tired of the same flavor anymore. I get what I want as much as I want.
Yeah, we drink a lot of water around here too.
Yes, Pagan Tech, exactly. I fucking love that flavor. Put it in your tea. Put it in your unsweet tea as well.
Ooh,
it's
that does
really, really good.
Unsweet tea is verboten in our house, by the way.
Well, that's why you add this.
It's narcissistic.
Exactly. I got off of sweet tea. Doesn't mean I like unsweet tea, but I can drink it comfortably now. The other thing was something that happened also when I was working at Adult Mart.
Mm-hmm.
This is where the second big change came from.
You
One
got
of
to
the
see a
two
brown
real.
chicken?
What?
You got to see a brown chicken and a brown cow?
Brown chicken.
No.
Brown cow.
Tommy gets it.
I do
Yes.
too, though. So
Well, there was this girl came into work one day, and I was behind the counter, and she was just about to come on shift, and she went, "Oh, Green, I gained 4 pounds over the weekend." This girl looks like she's right out of a Marvel comic. She's got that super slim model. You could dress her in spandex, and she could pull off any superhero. And I looked at her, and I got a little pissy for a moment. And I actually said it this way to her: "Really? You're upset over 4 pounds over the weekend? Go take a good shit. You'll be fine." Well,
damn.
that got me thinking. Now,
I mean, you're wrong.
Oh,
But
I don't know if we want to keep going in this direction, but go ahead.
I think there's a liquid
you
for
know,
that.
Reverend.
well, you know your body weight fluctuates across the day.
Yeah.
Goes up and down as you eat, as you drink, as you pee, as you shit, whatever. So I stopped looking at my weight as a number, and I started looking at my weight as a range. So let's say this was my first big goal. I wanted to get down to 300. As long as I was like 5 points above or 5 points below, I was fine. I just wanted to get my average to be that number.
Mhm.
So what happens is, your weight's fluctuating across the day. My range began to get lower and to drop. I was still eating what I wanted, when I wanted, as much as I wanted it, every day, night, middle of the night, snack. I don't care. I stopped being hard on myself about it. I was never hungry. I was never going, oh, I wish I could have that instead. Fuck that. Go have it. But all things in moderation.
Yeah,
Even moderation.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with even overindulging like hell now and then. Just as long as it's not the normal.
right.
And that had become my normal.
Mhm.
And I didn't do it to lose weight. I did it because this was when I was first becoming aware I might actually be diabetic. Which, by the way, about 2 months ago, I was officially diagnosed diabetic. But it's type 2, and I've been watching my food. I'm doing the same thing I've been doing that I just described, but I am being a little more mindful of what I eat and that kind of stuff. But the weight is continuing to drop regularly, slowly. Every now and then I might hit a plateau where I'll be like, I was 270. I was between 272 and 275 for almost 2 years. And I
Yeah.
never went above or below them. Never went above or below. And then, well, shortly after my mom passed, I finally broke that plateau, and it started going, the range started changing.
Mhm.
And I was between 273 and 266, I think. But I just kept on going, and that range kept dropping. And at no point did I ever go, oh, I'm gaining weight again. Oh, I've lost weight. Oh, I'm gaining weight. No. The range stayed where I wanted it to be. I was comfortable. I was not hungry. I felt completely in control. I didn't feel like I was forcing myself to do anything, and I never went hungry. That is what I did.
Okay.
Now, if I made myself exercise more, but when your mom dies, actually going to the gym is usually not the first thing on your list of I want to go do.
Top of the list, no.
So, of
Plus,
course, depression set in.
When you
I'm
live
sorry?
in a place that actively tries to kill you when you walk outside into the sun, it's kind of a deterrent to going out to exercise as well.
This,
So very
what he
true.
said. That's the
Is that-
South. actually.
Is that why you moved back to Pennsylvania?
Yeah, one of the reasons, yeah, for sure. Because when we were living in that room where Green is, that was Patty's office, and where his room is where our room is, and was in Tim's room, in Tim's house. We would go to walk around Barclay Estates there. We'd go walk around the neighborhood, and we'd get like quarter mile, half mile down the road, and we were just cooked. I mean, sweating and
Drenched.
awful. Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't help that there's a lot of water and humidity, particularly right here.
yeah,
And it's still that way.
yeah. Well, of course.
It's constantly moist.
Moist.
Like brownies.
Oh, much worse than brownies.
But well,
Moist.
that's awesome, dude. I mean, because not, you read all these things, you see them on these websites. Oh, do this to lose weight, do that, do this, do that, and obviously there's no one size fits all when it comes to losing weight. I mean, honestly, I mean, I've lost a little bit just by cutting out, sugar, or cutting way down on sugar. Let's put it that way. The hardest thing for me still is soda, because man, I love me like a Coke or a Pepsi, or but yes, we have moved to the zero sugar sodas. So every now and then I'll get, because at work in the break room, they have a couple of vending machines. One of them has Pepsi with real sugar, not the corn syrup sugar, but actual, cane sugar in it. And it tastes better than regular Pepsi. And it's, as far as the sugars go, it's not as bad for you as the corn syrup or whatever,
Nope, not at all.
but it's not nearly as, it's still sugar. At the end of the day, it's still sugar. So, but the zero sugar Pepsi. Oh, and another one of our favorites is the Dr. Pepper Cherry Zero Sugar. Man, that stuff is good too.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that stuff is good. So there's a lot of zero sugar options out there, and we're happy about that. I say we do drink a lot of water around here. We do the Crystal Light a good bit, but because people are always like, "Oh, drink Gatorade, drink Gatorade." Gatorade, like regular Gatorade's got a ton of sugar in it. I don't know if it's and there's something else I've discovered too, and not everybody is a fan of energy drinks, but Monster makes a couple of different zero sugar variants on there, and there's one I don't know what it's called, but it's in a white can. And that
I do
stuff
like that
is-
one. I know which one you're talking about.
It's good. Yeah. I mean, I not every morning because it's like fucking $3 a can to buy it. I mean, it's a big can, but still, it's, $3.
Yeah, I can't do that shit. I'm already hyper enough.
Yeah. I mean, but there's like there's like no sugar. It's got no calories. There's just a bunch of like vitamin type stuff in there. I don't know. It tastes good though. So, every now and then if I need a boost, because the coffee that they serve at work is just fucking atrocious. So I don't drink coffee at work generally.
So, those, speaking of the current time frame we're in, those fireworks that you light and they go screaming down the road and then just a little pop at the end.
Yeah.
That would be me if I drank one of those.
Pop at the end that you have to watch out for.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been big on the energy drinks. Like Red Bull is just gross. Most of the Monster drinks, honestly, aren't that great. The Monster, they call it the Monster Java. They have Mocha Loca, and they've got a couple of the coffee drinks. Those are pretty good, but again, they got a lot of sugar. So I was like,
I can drink coffee.
Yeah, well, I mean, I say we drink coffee, and instead of sugar, we put stevia in there, and it's fine.
Yep.
So
we go
you're
through
up in Pennsylvania, so it doesn't matter to you. But Pagan Tech.
Yep.
I don't know. You don't drink coffee, do you, Green?
Oh yeah, every day.
Okay.
Pretty much.
So you two live in the perfect area. Full Moon Cafe. They have the best coffee that I have ever had. It's called Seven Monkey Fury. And it's also the highest caffeine you can get in a coffee.
Full Moon Cafe. You talking about the one in Aiken?
Yeah, well, it's in downtown Augusta, too. It's right there on Broad Street.
Okay, I've been to the one in Aiken, but I haven't seen the one on Broad Street.
Yeah, but the one in Aiken is the main one. That was the
Okay.
first one. That's where the roastery is, too.
Okay.
Let me put this bug in your ear. So at some point, I'm hoping before Tim and Becky get hitched, at least I am hoping to come down there to visit. And perhaps, and I don't know, Jerry might come with me or not. I don't know. Who knows? He's 18. He can do what he wants to or not. But
I do what I want.
that's right. But if I come down, we need to do a round table of fools, like in person. Hey, we need to sit around
Nice.
somebody's table and gab like this. And then if somebody else wants to join in, we can throw a laptop up or we'll figure something out. But just to put that bug in your ear, because we got to do that.
Yeah.
Pick me up on the way down.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad
Yeah.
idea because we go right by there. Actually, come to think of it. But I have no
Nice.
plan for it yet. But I mean, I haven't been there. So the pandemic hit in let's say February or March of 2020. It was probably early or mid 2019 the last time I was down there for anything. Maybe the summer, but I usually try to avoid summer in the South. So it might have been like
I don't blame
either
you.
spring or fall, maybe of 2019 when I was down there last. So, and in any case, it's been a good while. So, I mean, maybe depending on what's going on in the fall, maybe I'll come down in the fall, and then I think Becky and Tim get hitched in the following June, if I'm not mistaken, and we're definitely going to be there for that. But yeah, I'm hoping to get down there well before next June. So I'm thinking maybe the fall. Well, I'm going to be down there for Dragon Con. In theory, I'll be down there for Dragon Con, but I mean, that's, Atlanta and back. That's
General
not,
area.
Yeah. It's not going to be Augusta really, unless I've just got some time to burn or something. But anyway, well, cool. So, Patrick, speaking of Dragon Con and things con related, so are you the type, you and the family, are you guys the type that starts to get all hyped up and starts to do your packing and your planning and all this stuff like months ahead of time? Or are you more of a, oh, damn, we've got to leave in 2 days. We got to pack all of our shit up. I mean, how do you guys generally handle that?
It's definitely, wait, we got to leave in 2 days? Shit.
Because I remember
I
back
resemble
in the
that
day when
remark.
we would start getting ourselves all hyped up for like mock, for example. I mean,
We get hyped up, but we
Yeah.
don't pack until it's like, oh shit.
oh, well, see what I do, and it's just because of the way my brain works. If I don't have stuff in a pile together, I will fucking leave like everything behind. I'll like have like an empty backpack slung over my shoulder. Where's all your shit? It's all over my house, I guess, because I didn't pack anything. So I have to like when I think of something, I have to put it in a pile. So like for example, for Penzic, you know, you got the tent. You got the cooler. I mean, you got all this shit, and I just pile it all in the. I mean, literally, just a giant pile of stuff in the garage. You know,
For stuff like that, I mean, there's a lot more you have to pack and carry with you. So I can kind of understand that. But for Dragon Con, just have to bring your clothes and shit. That's
yeah.
it.
Well, I mean, you guys don't do like costuming and stuff. do you?
No.
All right. So, because
Well, I take that back. Christy kind of does.
Yeah?
She does her Blockbuster employee, and she still has her original badge and the watch that they gave her for being there for so long.
wow.
Wow.
Did I know
Uh,
Blockbuster?
yeah, she worked at Blockbuster up in Martinez.
Oh, I don't know if I remember that.
Yeah, right there off Columbia Road.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I can see it in my head actually. All right. Wow. Okay.
And this year she went out and bought a Miss Frizzle dress. So Magic School dress.
Nice.
oh,
And
okay.
she's got her hair dyed red and spot
Awesome.
on. So
That's cool.
she's going to be doing Miss Frizzle this year.
All right. Oh, that'll be
But
fun.
that's about it. That's the extent. It's
Yeah.
that simple.
Well, like I have a plan for a costume. Let's do that. What I want to do is buy a surplus jumpsuit and buy some patches from Etsy and sew them on to this jumpsuit and go as a random crew member from one of the ships in the Expanse. You know, because you can
Well,
throw it
hey,
on.
you can act like you work for Savage Industries.
Say again.
Savage Industries. Adam Savage starred in The Expanse for a couple episodes, and they were nice enough to write in his company into the universe. So Savage Industries is officially
Okay.
a part of the Expanse universe now.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. Oh, that's
Yeah.
very because we love that show. That show is freaking amazing. We love that show. Yeah. So that's
That's
my
a great idea.
Yeah, I mean, and if you look, if
Nice
you
and
go-
simple.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because you can just fold this jumpsuit up, stick it. I mean, and really, all you need is like that pair of boots. I mean, you could wear some gloves or fingerless gloves or something if you want to, but honestly, that's all you would really need, you know. And if you want to make, you know, if you want to draw tattoos on your face or something, but I mean, honestly, you know, if you want to be a Beltalowda, you could
Yeah.
do some tattoos on your face. But I mean, honestly, that's about it. Yeah. So you know, you fold it up, you stick it in your duffel bag, and you're good to go. So I mean, and aside from that, I've just got like you know a whole legion of geeky T-shirts. I'll bring half a dozen of those with me. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, so T-shirt check. So I see that Patrick has Mario and Princess Peach. Very nice. Green is wearing just basic black this evening. You know the dark and mysterious. Phil is it's in the shape of a camera. Oh, that's awesome, dude. It's got all the that's awesome. Yeah. It's got like digital and lens and that's cool. And then I'm wearing this shirt from a company called Ipswich that I haven't worked at since 2005, I think.
Wow.
So I've had this shirt at least since 2005, whatever the math works out. So and it's probably before that because I don't know if you guys are like me, but I have way too many shirts. Just T-shirts, not necessarily button-down shirts. Not that I wear them a whole lot, but T-shirts, I've just got slews of T-shirts. I mean, I'll wear a button-down shirt to work every day for a week and then wash it. I'm sure people are like, "What's he doing over there?" But T-shirts, I've got a T-shirt for every day of the month, and then
that's awesome.
Yeah.
ridiculous. Yeah, it's
I used to
ridiculous.
have a "What's Up Gold" T-shirt.
Do you?
Somewhere.
Wow.
That was my product that I tested for like 2 years.
Nice.
I was on the What's Up Gold test team. Yeah. I'd still love to. Now I see you guys know I had a copy of WSFTP because I was using it the other night, and the completion sound freaked everyone. I was like, "What the hell was that?" I was like, transferring files.
I know that noise.
I haven't heard that in 20 years, you know.
Yep.
But I'd love to have a copy of What's Up Gold, man, because that program was awesome, particularly in this day and age where you've got so many devices on your network. You know, think about how useful that would be to see what phones were on your network and your tablets and your TV and your computers, and oh man, it would just be, and you could keep an eye on the status of your cable router and just all kinds of shit. Man, that'd be awesome. My mind just went off on a tangent. I'm like, man, you could, and then like your TV. I mean, even your TV is going to be connected to your network, and it's going to have an IP address. And if it's got an IP address, you can monitor it. Oh,
TV went offline. Who turned the TV off?
Oh, that's another thing too. So to hop off of my story about Comcast/Xfinity, which Xfinity is of the devil. Do not use them. Anyway,
True.
So we got Comcast Business hooked up today, and knock on wood, so far so good. But if Comcast Business, treats us well for, I don't know, the next couple weeks or so, we're just gonna shit can Xfinity entirely, and which means the network, what we call it, internet will be gone, but also the TV service will be gone too. And we're just going to stream everything. We'll either stream everything or we're going to put up a digital antenna so we can pick up, the local stations or whatever.
Yeah.
Because
here.
yeah, I mean, because honestly, anymore, because of the small amount of free time I have, usually if I'm sitting down to watch TV, I'm streaming. Like lately, I've been streaming all of the animated Star Wars series. I'm on Rebels now.
Cool.
Yeah. The Bad Batch I've been keeping up with, which is phenomenal, by the way. I don't know if you guys have started the Bad Batch. It's really good.
It is.
Yeah, not yet.
I finally finished. What was the other one? The Clone Wars. I finally finished the Clone Wars about a week or two ago. I enjoyed that. But the Bad Batch has been really good. And our friend Duncan just raved about Rebels. And I'm like, okay. And but yeah, I've started watching it, and it's pretty darn good too. And
it's better.
Oh, is it really? Okay, good.
Oh God, yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
I'll tell you this: you will really like Caleb.
Yeah.
And in fact, you'll like all the characters, even Chopper.
Yeah.
But Ezra is a really, really good example of character building and development.
Okay. You mean the kids
And
we find on the
Ezra
planet?
from
Yeah.
the Bad Batch?
No, Ezra Bridger.
That's Rebels.
right?
No, that's
Yeah,
not Rebels. That's
Yeah, it's Rebels.
It's Rebels.
is it Rebels?
Yeah.
Ezra
And
Bridger.
there's one bad guy. I'm not going to
Yeah,
tell you. Oh, there's two bad guys. But one bad guy in particular, you're going to really like. You're going to come to really like him.
Oh, okay. But yeah, because like I said, Duncan has just been preaching about Rebels for years, and we always geek out about the spaceships because he and I both. Well, I'm not so much me anymore, but build model kits, mainly spaceships. Duncan is big into what's the word I'm looking for? The robot Mecha, thank you. Yeah, he's into
Right.
the Mecha and all that stuff. But he's also
Gundam.
You
and
mean
Gundam. Yes,
Kind of Mecha or Gundam?
Oh
Gundam.
yeah.
Okay.
Gundam. Yeah. He's all into that, and building Star Wars and Star Trek spaceships, and so we always geek out over the spaceships together. And like the Ghost in there is a cool ship. It's obviously like a Corellian ship, like the Millennium Falcon was, and so we always geek out about all that. But so I'm really enjoying Rebels so far. Like I said, the Bad Batch has been really good, and then the last season of Clone Wars actually introduced the Bad Batch and had the whole arc with Ahsoka Tano and all that stuff. So that was really good. So yeah, we've been enjoying that. And then of course, has everybody here seen seasons 1 and 2 of The Mandalorian?
Yes.
Yes.
I've only seen the first one.
Okay, I'll keep
Oh.
then. I will skip over it. You need to watch it. I'm going to point
Oh
at
wait,
you right
number two has Ahsoka, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have seen it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah.
Or she gets the the Mandalorian gets the spear from the
Yes.
Beskar spear from okay.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah. So okay. Yes. I didn't want to spoil anything for anybody.
That was a really good episode with
it was
Ahsoka in it. Yeah.
awesome episode. Yeah, and Rosario Dawson I thought played an amazing Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah.
But yeah. So and of course the Mandalorian was just amazing. Both seasons were just, I mean, equally good in my opinion. And I don't know where they're going to go with the third season because it's like, well, now Grogu, Baby Yoda, is with Luke. So are we going to see more of Luke Skywalker, or are we just going to follow the Mandalorian around? I don't know what they're going to do.
The Darksaber's back.
Oh, that's true. That's right. Yeah, and Din Djarin, whatever, I can't pronounce it. The Mandalorian actually has the Darksaber because he defeated what's his name in combat. So
he defeated the previous owner.
Yeah, so he's technically the ruler of Mandalore. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah, is that how that goes? Yeah,
Well, he is capable of taking over the rulership of Mandalore.
Okay,
he still has to prove himself.
Interesting. Okay, because I've always, ever since I think most teenage boys when they first see Boba Fett, they're like, "Oh, Boba Fett rules!" He's got the coolest armor in the ship and all that stuff. And so I've always been kind of fascinated by the Mandalorians. But now that there's a show dedicated to a Mandalorian and they're going more into the backstory, I'm just loving that because I say Boba Fett's just.
Would that be the Mandalore?
The Mandalore, yes, the Mandalore of Mandalore.
Lore.
Tell me, how far are you into Rebels?
Oh, just 3 or 4 episodes into season 1, actually.
You know what else is coming up in the Mandalorian?
What?
The blue guy. Come on.
Oh yeah,
Admiral Thrawn.
Oh, Thrawn.
Oh.
That's right. Yeah, I was thinking like the big blue guy that played the keys in
oh.
Max Rebo.
Yes, Max Rebo. Thank you. I couldn't remember his name.
Tell me, if you like the Mandalorian lore,
Yeah.
Rebels goes into it.
Oh, perfect. Okay, good. Yeah, because what's her name? Sabine is the Mandalorian. Well, she wears Mandalorian armor.
Katie Sackhoff.
Yeah.
You're going to learn about her and everything about her in Rebels.
But she made an appearance on the last season of Clone Wars too. Bo-Katan did.
You're going to learn more about her.
Awesome. Yeah, good. Yeah, I like Katie Sackhoff too. Did you guys, speaking of which, we'll sort of make a quick connection here. Did you guys like or dislike the newer Battlestar Galactica series? Not the original one from the 80s or the 70s rather, but like the new one with
from the early 2000s.
Yeah, had Katie Sackhoff in it, and
I did.
I enjoyed it. I mean, I liked the first one, the series when I was a kid. This one was different, but I thought it was. I enjoyed it. I didn't have any problems with it. Did you guys not see?
I didn't follow it all the way through. I kind of lost interest.
Gotcha.
Same here. I saw maybe the episodes, but I saw them across the thing.
Yeah, I got a couple episodes and it just never really sat right. Not sat right. It just never clicked.
Yeah. Well, that was during the time when I was working. One of the jobs I was working at, I was doing overnights, and they were like, it was a corporate network, so of course everything was locked down, but Netflix wasn't. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I watched a bunch of shit because it was like the shift was like midnight to 8 a.m. or something like that. So there was like, if I got 2 or 3 calls a night, it was a lot. So I would just watch Netflix all the time. And I watched the entire Battlestar Galactica. I think I watched all of, or all the seasons that were available of, that motorcycle. Oh, Sons of Anarchy. I watched that. Just a bunch of stuff that I watched back then. Because there was nothing else going on, and for some reason they didn't. Like you go to Imager.com. Nope, blocked. Okay, why?
Yeah.
But then you go to YouTube and ta-da, or was it YouTube? I can't remember about you. It doesn't matter. But anyway, I just thought it was weird that the Netflix wasn't blocked, so I took full advantage of it. But anyway,
there was a series that Katie Sackhoff was in. I think that was a Netflix show called Another Life. I really got into that.
Yes, that was actually really good. You're right, actually. Another sci-fi show with Katie Sackhoff in it. And they've only done the one series, the one season.
One season. They've finished
Yeah.
production, or they finished filming principal filmography on the second season, and it's in post-production right now.
Oh, great. Okay, because I'm assuming the whole thing got shut down due to COVID.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
no release date announced yet.
Yeah, I stumbled across that one night on what do you say, Netflix? It was a
Yeah.
Netflix series, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed that as well. That was really cool.
Speaking of interesting Netflix, Witcher, anyone?
Oh yes, yeah, we watched the first season of The Witcher. It was really cool. Yeah.
So, July 9th is WitcherCon. They're going to be announcing the release of the filler anime for between season 1 and season 2,
Ooh, cool.
and probably more stuff about the season 2 that's coming out, which is in post production right now.
Well, it is in post production. Okay,
Yes.
cool. I was
Yeah,
gonna ask.
they finished principal photography about a month and a half ago,
Oh,
2
okay.
months, something like that.
Sweet. Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, we enjoyed The Witcher. Yeah, it was.
Here's two series. First of all, did you see Good Omens?
I
Have
have
not
not
finished it.
Yes.
Dude, Good Omens is one of the best love letters to the concept of friendship that I've ever
Yeah.
seen. It's
that was pretty dope.
amazing.
That's the book was like that too.
Right. They weren't going to have a season 2 because the first season told the whole story.
Yeah.
They announced the season 2 is coming.
What are they going to do with season 2?
What can
I
they
mean,
do
I
with
did
season
see a
2?
tweet- I did
I
see a
don't know.
tweet from Neil Gaiman saying that at first he was a little worried, but now he's giving it his thumbs up. So it ought to be interesting. If Neil's behind it, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Same here. As
about
much as I loved it, as much as I was okay with there being just season 1 and ending it, I'm game for a season 2. I'm totally game for a season 2. Those Tenet and
Michael Sheen.
thank you. I thought they were great together. They played off each other so well.
So speaking of Mr. Sheen, I had a holy shit, what the fuck moment about him last week. You guys ever watch any of the crap? What was the vampire series?
Which one?
Twilight.
Not
Buffy.
Twilight. That's not a
Dark
vampire
Shadows.
series.
Buffy.
Buffy.
No. It was a recent vampire series where they did vampires and werewolves and shit
True
like
Blood.
that. Oh my god, you people suck at guessing shit like this.
No, we don't watch that shit.
It had I think it was Mia Jovovich.
Underworld or something like
Underworld, yes, Underworld.
that. Okay,
So
yeah.
That's not
Rise
Mila,
of
but
the
I know what you're
Lycans
talking about.
was it was like Underworld 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
But Rise of the Lycans, the head Lycan was Michael Sheen.
Oh, I didn't know that.
all right.
Yes.
Very cool.
It
I'll have to go back and look
weirded
at
me
that.
out because I went back and caught it one day and was just watching through, and I'm like, that guy looks familiar. Holy shit,
Oh
that's Michael Sheen.
yeah. I can see his face now.
I've never seen any of those movies, but
They're fun.
It was actually pretty decent.
yeah, that's what everybody says. They were pretty cool.
So, have you seen? And it's a few years old now, but have you seen Dark Crystal: Age of Resistance?
Yes.
no, not yet. No, it's
No,
on
not
Netflix.
yet.
I just haven't gotten it. It's on my list actually, but I haven't gotten to watch it yet.
Okay.
They didn't do a second season for that, didn't they?
No, they were going to, and they got it canceled. And I think a lot of people were like, "You don't need a second season because the first one ends with, we know where it goes from here. You know, we don't need a second season of it. What we do need, damn it, is them to make that new fucking Dark Crystal movie starring Korra. That's what I want. Have you heard about this?
Mhm.
It's been on and off again for like 10 years, if more, not more. They have the script, they have everything, they're ready to go, but it just doesn't start. And it's like 700 years after the events of the Dark Crystal. Jen and Kira are both like, they're astronomically old at this point. And there is a female character named Korra who is made out of lava. And this is her story. It just takes place. The crystal cracks again. And there you go. That's all I know about it. But I'd love to see it made.
Was it just caught up in Hollywood development hell at this point, or?
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
It does.
I've heard a ugly rumor that they're gonna redo Highlander as well, and they're thinking Henry Cavill has been attached to it. Now, whether he's playing, the Highlander or a Highlander, or the Kurgan or a Kurgan or a bad guy is unknown.
He's too nice to play the Kurgan. He's too nice to play the
I agree
Kurgan.
with that, yeah. But as much as I adore the first Highlander movie, people are like, oh, you can't, that movie's perfect. You can't do this and that. I honestly don't mind if they remake it, because just if you remake it, well, let's take Conan the Barbarian. The original Conan the Barbarian movie, it's long, it drags, but it's a classic. The second one is a flaming dumpster fire, as far as I'm concerned.
With a lot of shitty action.
Yes, but that does not negate the greatness of the previous movie. So if they remake a movie that you love and you don't love the remake, fine. Watch the original one. It's completely, it's a very simple solution to a problem that doesn't actually exist. So, and that's, if they remake the Highlander movie, or remake a Highlander movie, or whatever, reboot or whatever, I'll watch it. And if it's a great movie, great. And if it's a flaming dumpster fire, fine. I'll just throw in my DVD or my Blu-ray and watch the original one again. I don't care. Yep. Now, I will say that Highlander 2 and Highlander 3 were hot, flaming dumpster fires. The Highlander series, however, was not that bad. It was very formulaic, but it was not that bad as far as series go.
There was one sad thing about the entire series.
Yeah.
We knew how it was going to end.
Yeah, well, that's true. It's going to end up with somebody getting their head cut off.
No. We know how the series is going to end. Duncan's not going to make it. He was not the Highlander. It was someone else, remember? From the movie.
Christopher Lambert.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. No, I haven't watched it. We've actually got. Well, they made a movie with Christopher Lambert and I can't remember the actor's name that played Duncan MacLeod, but they made a movie with the two of them in it. It was I've got it in the other room. I can't remember the name of it though, and it wasn't that bad.
As the MacLeod brothers?
Yeah, well, as they were both MacLeods, I don't know they were brothers, but I mean they were kinsmen, I think. I'm trying to remember what it was. Endgame might have been called. I'll when we get on break here in a minute, I'll go grab it and look, because I can't remember the name of it. But it was okay. I mean, it's not going to win any Oscars or anything, but it was okay. All right. Well, I think this is probably a good time to take a break, because I've got to go to use the facilities here. All that Gatorade and all that stuff caught up with me. So let me see what time it be. It is 8:40. You guys want to call it a 10-minute again? So 10 minutes till 9.
That sounds good.
All right. Well, that is what we shall do then. So 10-minute break. Thanks for hanging in there through all of our blathering. And we will be back after these important messages / breaks.
Bloody hell. All right, here we go.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. And we're back. Thanks for joining us. I am so stoked that you can join us as well. We've had a very successful break, and I hope you have too. So let's get into this. Tommy, lead us to our next conversation point.
Right. So either right before or right after we went to the break, Patrick, you had a question for me, and I don't remember what it was now. I remember you said, and then they're like, let's save it for, So what was your question? Because I don't remember.
Expect me to remember that shit?
Well, somebody's got to.
Well, okay.
Wow.
Fine. Radio,
Yes.
music, licensing, yes. So
Yeah,
it was my understanding years ago that radio stations had to pay something to be able to play music.
Yeah.
So how is it that you're able to play the music that you have
And not-
without incurring extra costs?
So, so ASCAP and BMI are the two big music licensing. They're sort of the agencies that oversee music licensing. So if you play like a copyrighted song on Twitch, for example, or YouTube, they'll take it right down. And the reason they do that is because if they allow that to go over, then ASCAP and BMI can bring the thunder down on them and either charge them for playing the music or charge them a lot of money for playing the music. I don't say illegally, but not being licensed to play copyrighted music, right? So the company that I see, what the setup is, so I do a broadcast from here, my PC, I got my music, LPs, whatever, right? All this goes out to it's called an IceCast server, but it's a company called Citrus 3. So I push the music, I push my signal out to them. They push it out to the internet at large. So I'm not technically broadcasting directly to the internet. I'm broadcasting to them. They are pushing it out to the internet at large. So the money that I pay them every month goes for ASCAP and BMI when they come.
So you are technically paying.
Technically, yes, I am, but I'm paying a flat fee to them, and then they pay what needs to be paid. And that's why, for example, when the metadata goes across, that way, and it's stored, it's obviously logged at Citrus 3. That way they know what artists were played, what songs were played, how many times, blah, blah, blah. And then like on a pre-record, like JD does her 4 segments and just pushes them together, where there's no way for that metadata to go over because it's just one big MP3 file. So she keeps a log of the songs that she's played and she keeps them on hand. That way, if Citrus 3 comes to me and says, hey, that show that you played last Saturday from 7 to 9, do you have a list of the songs there? I was like, well, I don't, but I can get those songs for you, and then I can just mail them that list of songs. As long as they're logged, that way they can send it to who they need to, and then the people that need to get paid can get paid. So that's how that works. Because otherwise, because like there are a couple of other, there's a radio.co, for example, is a company in the UK. They do kind of the same thing. In other words, if you want to do your own radio station, they would be your broadcaster. But the licensing and all that stuff are wildly different over there than they are here. And it's very expensive to do that sort of thing over there. I don't know if they have to share. I don't know. The licensing is very different over there. But radio.co is another one of the big companies that does radio broadcasting essentially, and they just have other people like myself or somebody over there do play the music and push it to them, and then they push it out. So.
Oh, okay. No, I was just curious how you were able to do that. So
yeah, no, I mean, like for example, when I worked for the, I worked for several different radio stations. I worked for the Augusta Lynx, and we all played copyrighted music. But like at the radio stations, they would say, okay, this week you need to, log all the songs you play, and if the songs that are on the playlist don't get played, you need to denote that. And it was like a week or so they would get, and so they would kind of get an idea of overall how the things would go, and then they would send that to ASCAP or BMI, whoever they went through, and then they'd say, okay, well now you owe X number of thousands of dollars for playing all this copyrighted music over your airwaves. And the Lynx would have to do, the hockey team would have to do the same thing. It would be like a week or so, maybe 2, maybe a week at the beginning, maybe a week. They did it differently every year, but where I just have to basically log the songs that I played, write them down. I mean, literally, I would just write them down, and then give them to the it wasn't the program director, it was the like the assistant GM or whoever was in charge of that stuff, and then they could report to, I think they reported directly to BMI, say, okay, well, these songs were played, blah blah blah, these songs are usually played in the stadium, and then they would pay them from there. So yeah, same kind of thing. But yeah, so it just I wouldn't, if I had to pay all that, no, it would not be. No. So it would not be a good thing. But no, I just pay them a flat fee, and they handle all that stuff on their end, so I don't really have to worry about it.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. I seriously was because I know that, like you said, on YouTube or Twitch or something like that, that they do not allow that to happen. Period. End of story.
Right.
Unless you have a license to be able to play that sort of music.
I think YouTube calls it, I don't know what it stands for, but DCMA. If you get a DCMA, that means that you were naughty and played a copyrighted song that you weren't supposed to. In fact, like, I don't know, probably a year ago, I put my cell phone in front of my reel-to-reel player. And because we've got a Beatles reel-to-reel, we've got Abbey Road on reel-to-reel tape. So I spun it up and played the whole first, I guess the first side, flipped over, played the second side. But about a quarter of the way through, I noticed it's like, oh, your video has been muted due to copyrighted music. It's like, oh, well, it's,
Yeah, I think it's Digital Copyright Millennium Act. Millennium Act. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
DMCA, yeah. DCMA, whatever.
DCMA, yeah. Digital
DMCA.
copyright something or other, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, thankfully I don't have to deal with that. Turn my fan on. It's getting warm in here again. Yeah, I don't have to deal with that because Creed deals with it. So
cool.
Yeah, and they've got sort of a range of prices, of course, but mine's not like the cheapest one, but nor is it the most expensive one, because the more money that you pay the different levels, you can push out better audio, so higher bitrate audio. So I've got sort of mid-range because I'm not going to pay X number amount of dollars a month for the 10 people that listen at any given time. Now maybe later on down the road, if we start making money and we get a lot of people listening, then I'll bump it up and push out. Not that those
sound bad now.
Well, right, exactly. It doesn't sound bad now, exactly. So I mean, I'm pretty happy with it as it is. So
yeah, because I'm streaming straight through to VLC, so I'm hitting the VLC file up at the radio point. So and it sounds great.
Yeah. No, I think we push out at 192. Does that sound right? I think it's 192. It's not 256. I think it's 192 is the bit rate. I think that
that sounds like a pretty good standard bit rate.
Yeah, I think it's 192. But yeah, and you're right. Thank you. By the way, it does sound pretty good. I say it's not the upper tier. It's not the AM radio tier either. So figured it was sort of a good medium.
96K.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
pushing. I learned.
TIL. Yeah, pushing out at 96. Oh yeah. Oh, so here's another funny one too. So I email people back and forth. Hey, I got an email today. Hey, can you play my, can you play? People are starting to reach out to me to play their music, which I think is super cool. But I was like, yeah, sure. I said, if you have just one or two MP3s, email them to this address and I'll grab them. And she said, okay. So I got an answer back. It's like, okay, well, here's my song. She's like, now, why is it signal to noise 336? I was like, well, 336 isn't just a random number. 336 is one of the baud rates of the early modems. If you guys will recall, you had 336 it wasn't the highest one, but that
was pretty close.
Yeah, it was, I think, the next step down from because I remember way back in the day when, I moved up to a 336 modem. It was just blazing fast for the time, it was like the highest that I could afford for a modem, was a 33.6 speed. I think the next one was 128, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe there was a 64 in between there. I don't remember. It's been so long. But that's where the 336 comes from, is as a baud rate from back in the day.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that was the modems that they were giving out when they upgraded the 56 to the 56K. They had all those standalone 33.6 modems. They said, "Hey, employees of GlobalNet, here, come down to the server room and get you a modem."
So when we were on, was it a couple? Oh, I guess it was when we were on with JD. I said, "Hey, I'll send you guys some swag." So I sent, I think I sent 2 buttons and 4 stickers. Is that right?
Nice.
4 or 5?
Very nice.
I sent that JD got her stickers lickety split. I'm not sure why it took so long to get yours. When did you say yours came in the mail?
Today.
Really? Holy crap, dude. I mean, she literally got hers 2 or 3 days after we sent it. That's crazy. I'm glad you got him though, and everything made it okay. So, I think there are 2 buttons and 4 stickers or 5 stickers or something.
I will take some of this down to the Highlander, actually.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah.
10 or so, maybe 10 or 12, 15. I don't remember. I don't do the numbers very well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
That's
numbers.
what Patty's for, right?
Yeah, well,
That's right.
she's way smarter than me. Trust me.
Oh, I know how that works.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. So what we're okay. So the impetus behind me talking about or wanting to talk about streaming is because I am considering streaming, but I don't know what yet. So, is it going to be, like, because I guess I could stream while I'm on the air, but I'd have to mute the music so it doesn't go out over Twitch because Twitch gets all bent out of shape about that, which is fine. I could do that. That's not a problem.
There are freebies you can use. There are SoundCloud. You can use SoundCloud to stream music.
There's a lot of royalty-free music out there. to
Yes.
use.
Oh, yeah.
They also have Soundtrack by Twitch, which is their own licensed music.
There's something that I stumbled across. There's a actually he started out on Twitch and now he's on YouTube. What's it called? It's a really cool. He composed all this music himself, or he and some friends did, and they put it out for. It's called. Did I bookmark it? Surely I bookmarked it, and of course
No,
I
you
did.
didn't. And don't call me Shirley.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm glad I could reach all the way up to that low bar of expectations you had.
How low can you go?
Something. It's called Stream Beats. It's called Stream Beats.
Cool.
If you go to streambeats.com, it's all free music. The guy, and it's got there's like 12 different categories, EDM and hip hop and dance and rock, and I mean there's a whole ambient and ambience. So there's a bunch of different genres there, but it's all free. And he said that the guy that created those said his name's Harrison something or another. He had YouTube vet all of these songs so you can use them all for free. He lets you download them, use them for your stream and all this stuff. So if I'm going to be doing background music on a stream, it would probably be from there. But no, what I'm saying is, like, if I'm on the air doing one of my shows, I could be streaming on Twitch at the same time, but I would have to mute the music I'm actually playing, the copyrighted music.
Yes.
I'd have to mute, so I would not be able to put them on the speakers here. I'd just have to have them in my headphones or something. And then while the music is playing, I could interact if there's somebody in the stream, and I could do that sort of stuff. And then I could go, because yeah. So, but then when it comes time for a break, I break away from Twitch or look away from Twitch or whatever, and do my thing on STN. And then,
I can see it now. You hear this kind of generic techno playing at a low volume, and all of a sudden he breaks in and he goes, and that was Love Shack from B-52s. Thanks for listening. And
yeah, was it? What's going on here? But then my other thing is, well, I mean, if I don't want to mess with all that, then I could stream when I interview people, I could do that, I guess.
so what I've learned in trying to change from the stream of this to stream or put this on YouTube and stream is, especially from Ayla, since she's doing this VTuber stuff, stream is highly interactive.
Mm-hmm.
The best or the most hooked streams are the ones where they interact constantly with the audience, with their viewers. So they've got your chat up, you're watching your chat, you're interacting with your chat. As soon as they say something, you're interacting with the chat, and that's where the hook comes in. Okay. I'm not sure how effective that would be in doing a radio show or with an interview, unless your interview was had Twitch part of the interview, where you'd look over and you'd say, so and so 1 2 3. That's a great question. Let me ask that right here, and blah blah blah.
Oh, I see. So direct feedback for the people I'm
that
talking
direct
to.
immediate feedback gets the serotonin running in the viewers, and they go, oh, he said something that I said. Ooh, you get.
All right. Yeah, that's okay. That's not a bad idea. I kind of like that. Yeah. And because I know, and it's not completely video gaming streaming on Twitch, but I know a large portion of Twitch streaming is video game related. And as we've discussed at length, I'm not much of a gamer. I just don't really have the time for it. I mean, I enjoy it, but I just don't really have time for it. And if I'm being perfectly honest, I suck at most games that I play. So,
Yeah.
Now, this is something that I did think of, though. Maybe my hook could be, hey, come and watch me suck at a different game. Let's see how badly I can lose at this game. Let's play Fortnite and see how horrible I am at it.
I am not a gamer. Watch me blow it.
Yeah.
About it the whole fucking time. Yes.
There's a whole demographic of streamers that is exactly what they do.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, that is exactly what they do. See, one of the big things is streamers, not streamers, a lot of the viewers like watching you fuck up because, one, they feel better about themselves. Two, they can fuck with you about it. And three, it's just fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a simple term for all that. It's called Schadenfreude.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. The Germans have a word for everything.
Yes,
We had a whole City of Heroes hero about that.
Plus,
Or
there
villain,
are people
villain.
who will want to help you. People will enjoy telling you how to get better.
Oh, okay.
People cannot
driving.
suck.
Because
And that makes them feel better.
Yeah, because like for example, I know that I would be horribly bad at Fortnite, for example. Jerry is actually really good at Fortnite. I'm sure I would be horrific at Fortnite, but it might be good for entertainment value for somebody else.
Combo
But the
stream
main-
for you. You and Jerry streaming at the same time. Him being better than you and giving you shit about it.
But the main thing that
Perfect sitcom.
was all of the hooks that everybody was saying was interactivity. The audience was interacting with you, whether they're making fun of you, giving you shit, or helping you out, or whatever. It's all the interactivity. Is you're looking and going, "Hey, you're right, I do suck," or "Hey, that's a good idea. I should go down there and pick up that weapon," or something like that. But you're interacting.
Okay. And then every now and then it's like, hey, look at this. I actually didn't do horribly. Like, for example, I used to love to play like Quake and Quake 3 back in the day. Quake
Damn,
3
you're
Arena.
old.
Well, yeah, I know. Quake 3 Arena was always a fun one. But again, I was super bad at it. And it's just like, oh, get practicing it. No. That's why I don't like, for example, in World of Warcraft, I don't like PvP. Because, I'm playing a character, right? And it's like, I know all of their special key combinations. I know how to attack and defend and all this stuff when I'm against the AI. When I come up against an actual person on the other end, all of that information just flies right out of my head, and I'm just like a monkey mashing on a keyboard. It's like, oh, and I'm shooting. It's I just don't understand it. It is amazing, and it happens every time. It's not like it just every now and then no. Anytime it's like, oh, that's an actual
Who's this
person.
keyboard banging
on the
monkey I'm
other-
playing against? Oh, it's Tommy.
I don't play this game anymore. I just it's befuddling to it's honestly confounding to me, but
The one thing about playing something like Fortnite, though, is that it's always going to be another person.
Well, that's true too.
So you could just get the abilities in your head that way. It's always a person. I always know I'm going to fuck it up. So fuck it. Let's just have fun.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
not. Yeah, it's really not my thing.
Yeah.
Not mine either.
Me either. I do not like PvP. That's actually one of the big things that drew me to Warframe. Is Warframe's community is all about cooperative play.
Yeah, cooperative play I enjoy. Like that's why I enjoy playing Left 4 Dead 2, because we always have a ball in
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead.
Oh, yeah.
It's all cooperative, Now we we might lose a good bit, but we usually have a good time doing it. So
Darkest sketch. Darkest sketch. Darkest sketch.
and then there's that new game coming out.
Back for Blood.
Back for
Back
blood.
for Blood. Yeah. That should be cool. I think that's supposed to be out in October, so we'll have to carve out some time to play that together because
I'm
would
also going to
probably-
check out that 4-player co-op in the Aliens universe.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Fire Aliens Fire Team.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I did see
All
something
about that
the
shit.
other day.
Yeah, me too.
Didn't they? There's Jerry was trying to get me to buy a game. It was it's a I think it's D&D based. It sounds exactly like Vermintide
Oh,
sort of
yeah.
game.
Yeah. So make sure you check up on that and watch a couple
Oh,
of
Dark
gameplay
Alliance?
videos. Yeah, it's got issues currently.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
not getting very good reviews.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, it's unfortunate because D&D, it's like the OG like fantasy.
Well, not only that, this is based off the first set of stories with Drizzt in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have Drizzt, you have Bruner, you have Wolfgar, and you have Catti-brie. That's the four you get to play with.
Oh, okay.
You know what fantasy game is actually getting good reviews?
What's that?
Dummy.
Oh my God! Will you please let that go?
No.
He won't. He's been bugging me to play Warframe for 5 years now.
I stopped.
Here.
I stopped.
All right. We'll see.
That's okay, Green, because
Play
Tommy's
Warframe.
internalized you about that Warframe.
Actually, Tommy, to be fair, I stopped because Tim and I had a conversation one night,
Mhm.
and
Oh, so it's Tim's fault.
this is, huh?
Said, oh, so it's Tim's fault.
No, yeah. Tim was playing with a group of people that, quite frankly, left him behind
He was playing
because
he was playing Warframe or something else.
No, he's playing WoW.
Oh,
wow.
okay. Oh yeah.
And he stopped playing because everybody else started playing without him.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't catching on, or he was just having difficulty with certain things.
Yeah.
And instead of trying to help for him, they just abandoned him,
Right.
quite frankly. And he kind of took it a little personally. But he's playing it again, but he's like us, he can't stand PvP.
Yeah.
He likes playing with a team. He likes playing together. And he wasn't getting that in Warcraft anymore.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't ever, and I've told people in this past, and I've told friends in the past, and this is one of the reasons why I stopped trying to get you to try it, to give it a shot. Nobody wants to be that guy that basically that does that. Tim got dragged into playing it and he really enjoyed it, and then he just got fucked over.
Yeah.
And they left him. I don't ever want someone to play a game because I'm playing it.
Mhm.
I want you to play a game because you enjoy playing it.
Well, if you remember, I did try it a couple of times, and I couldn't even figure out like how to jump and do the wall jump and a couple of things, and I was just like, all right,
No,
Yeah.
when you did that, that was years ago.
that's true.
And they have streamlined so much of that. They've made everything so much easier. I mean, even they realized it. In fact, on the whole wall jump thing and all that kind of stuff, other YouTubers started specifically citing Warframe because it was overcomplicated.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes. If you ever watched Extra Credit or you know who they are,
I've seen their channel. Yeah, I don't know that I've watched
okay.
it, but I've
They
seen
had a
it.
couple of videos where they were kind of like looking at you, Warframe,
Oh.
when they were talking about games that make some aspect so ridiculously over involved that you just don't want to play anymore.
Right.
And they were, like I said, we're looking at you, Warframe.
Mhm.
And they used to call it carpal tunnel frame.
Oh,
And a
wow.
few other things. Oh yeah, it was
Well-
bad. It's not anymore.
We've
But
got several OG gamers here, so let me throw this at you and but you guys may not have an opinion on this at all, but you might. So and don't everybody jump in at once. What is your impression or your thoughts on EVE Online?
I didn't like EVE
spreadsheet
Online.
online.
Spreadsheet Online, I've heard that.
Fucking waste of time.
Okay. Yeah.
Excuse
It
me.
was-
Excuse me. Wait. An expensive fucking waste of time.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
It was I didn't like it because it wasn't as interactive as I like in my space games. It wasn't immersive for me. It was like moving chess pieces around by telling somebody how to do it, rather than
Okay.
getting involved. My space game would be Elite Dangerous or Star Citizen, not EVE Online.
Because I'll see ads, and I've seen I get sucked into YouTube holes, and I know you guys do as well. I get sucked down these YouTube rabbit holes, and
No.
years later
Never.
you're like,
No.
I can't watch any more videos ever. But because you'll see all these ships warp in, and these huge battles between these capital ships, and this and that and everything. But apparently that's a very, very tiny percentage of that game, and the
Yes.
rest of it is apparently spreadsheets online
Yeah.
as green. It's just, I don't know. I say, as much as I enjoy my sci-fi, because like I really liked help me out here. When we played the freighters and
Wait,
No Man's Sky.
yes, thank
No
you.
Man's
No
Sky.
Man's
Yeah,
Sky. I really yeah.
Yeah, No Man's Sky. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually still have my my save data for the one with my full freighter and everything.
Have you played it lately?
Not since Prism released.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
There's a new big drop coming out for it sometime as well. I think I saw an ad for it the other day, or maybe it's already out.
It's the one that
You
just
won't
came
see
out.
an
It's
ad
Prism.
for. Yeah, you won't see an ad for upcoming stuff on No Man's Sky. They don't do that anymore.
They don't do that.
No.
They learned their lesson the hard way.
On release, they have never done it since release.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's good, because that kind of bit him in the ass on the initial release. But I mean, unlike some other companies, it's good that they have made an effort to improve and improve and
And
improve.
they have. They've done a really fucking good job of it.
Absolutely
add
amazing.
stuff and upgrade stuff and all that stuff. So that's at least good to see.
I really should play it more, but I love the mech. I mean, I'm a mech
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
No,
duh.
yeah.
So, yeah. So at the addition of the mech was just cool.
Mechs now.
Fuck.
So,
I'm sorry.
but now-
What game was that, Green? There. What
No.
game was that?
What are you talking about?
What game? What
he
game?
doesn't know what.
Okay.
So, along those same lines, though, apparently Cyberpunk 2077, they're taking like another approach and saying, "Screw you, we're not going to update the game anymore." I mean, I don't understand what's going on with that.
They just
Is it
released
not
another
released?
patch.
Yeah.
Okay.
A big one.
Oh,
Huge
big
one, like
patch.
They're
last week.
trying.
maybe it's people on Reddit bitching without knowing what they were talking about.
They do.
then, 'cause- Okay.
I'm sorry.
that
Did you
one
say
on the
something about
PS4
somebody
that are
bitching
bitching.
on the internet and not knowing what they're talking about?
Shocking.
Shocking.
Those are, it's the people on the PlayStation 4 that have been bitching about Cyberpunk.
Oh,
Yeah.
but I've heard also that it's not really supposed to be played on the PS4.
That's correct.
They said it should be able to be played on the PS4 before it released. Then it was released, and then it was like playing a brick, and then they pulled it from the Sony stores.
Oh,
PlayStation
mode.
store.
Potato
It was
mode.
just added back this week, I think, or last week.
Potatoes.
Last
Yeah,
week.
yeah. I heard that they just put it back on the store for the PlayStation. Yeah,
Yeah, because I've already done 2 full playthroughs on Cyberpunk.
on
and
your
enjoyed it the whole time.
on your PC.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. All right.
yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
played first time I played through as a street kid. Second time I played through as a corpo.
Okay. I'm
First
just
time I
saying,
did a
Blast both
corpo.
times.
Yeah, first time I did a corpo. The second time I think I did, Street Kid. And
Yeah, so,
that's
like,
where I'm at
corpo-
now, but I'm not trying to beat the game. I'm just trying to do nothing but side missions.
And that's what I did with my second playthrough. I started collecting all the side mission stuff, got all the cars I could, went and got the can't remember the name of the supercar, but there's one you can get relatively early in the game, and I went and got that as soon as I could, because that thing is so much fun to drive.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
fastest car in the game.
I think
Now
we've
that
talked-
I have a video card that can play it, I can actually
okay.
play it.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm waiting for is them to actually release the multiplayer aspect for Cyberpunk. I
No,
will get
that's gonna
back
be
into it and play it again if they do that.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome if they would do a co-op for Cyberpunk 2077. I would be all over that shit and
Yeah,
twice as
there's-
They're supposed to have multiplayer.
Yeah,
Alright.
kind of like GTA Online. It's going to be their
Yeah.
Cyberpunk 2077 version.
That would be
And
awesome.
Night City is more than big enough.
Oh God,
huge.
yes.
It's massive.
All right. Well, I guess I'm going to have to pick it up on. I think we had this discussion the other day, but I'm going to have to pick it up on next time it's on. Like, there's a good sale on it, like a
It's worth
50% off or something like that. Yeah, just so I'll have it, and I'll probably play it at some point as well. But then if they do a like a co-op style or a open world or multiplayer, whatever they're calling it, then I'll be right there. So yeah, that would be awesome. Good.
Oh, I'm not sure if I mentioned this earlier, but that Steam has a summer sale going on right now.
I
Oh,
think
yeah,
you
it
actually
does.
say that, but does that mean everything's
is.
on sale? Or?
Well, almost everything. Yeah, Cyberpunk's on sale,
Oh yeah.
33% off.
Oh,
nice.
that's good. That's reasonable. That's substantial. All right. Well, maybe after the next paycheck rolls in, maybe I'll do that.
Sweet.
So, yeah, cool. So, all right. So let me ask you guys this. This is not particularly for Patrick, since I know you're not really a streamer of any sort. I'll start with Green. Green, what camera do you use for your stream? I'm assuming your audio is just basically what you use when we do this, and I'm assuming probably the camera as well. But like, what camera do you use, and so forth and so on?
The camera that I use is a Logitech Brio, Brio.
Okay, yeah.
It is pretty much top of the line for like home just webcams. They're also, excuse me, they're also fucking expensive.
Yes, they are. Because I just
think
recently
mine
looked
was-
into it.
I want to say mine was like $150, maybe $200,
Yeah, that's
And-
good money for a webcam.
but it's wonderful. I love it.
Okay.
Now, if you go much higher than the Brio, that's when you're going to start getting into SLR cameras.
Oh yeah, no, I can't afford that.
Yeah, I'm not quite to that point where I need anything like that. I'm very happy with how my stream looks on this.
Mm-hmm.
My microphone is a Blue Yeti, or right now it's a green Yeti. Thank you, Mr. Pagan Tech.
Happy to.
But it's very functional. I mean, you hear the sound quality.
Yep.
And right now, I'm not even looking at it. I'm off to the side, but it is. I've got it set right now. I think it's called a lobe. There is a cone right here, and I'm in it. So it's catching enough of what I'm saying
Right.
that if I turn, I don't know if you can hear much of a difference,
Yeah.
but I can get up close and can do the whole ASMR thing, the whole ASMR. How's it going, everybody? You want to hear me eat some Frito chips? You know you do.
No.
That's vibrating my table.
So that's a condenser mic. Then. So those Blue Yetis are condenser mics. What the hell are you guys laughing about over there?
Said what Green was doing. Pagan Tech said it was vibrating his table.
Oh my.
Oh my. Oh, he's gonna do it anyway. Fucking hell! See what you guys did.
Mute him. Mute him. Mute him.
I don't know that I'm in charge of this.
If we keep talking loud enough, it won't ever come through.
Well, yeah, we'll never hear it if he keep talking.
Nice.
It's so satisfying.
I thought you were eating Fritos, not Snickers.
So they're Snickeritos. Anyway, so those are and so Pagan Tech, you've got the same mic, only not spray painted, which is
Yeah.
the Blue Yeti, right?
Yep,
And
that's
so
correct.
that's a condenser mic, not a dynamic. It's a condenser mic. Both of those
Correct.
are.
Well, yeah, it's a condenser, and it goes into a USB plug. It goes into has a built-on sound card. Basically, the condenser mic is mounted to the sound card, and that's USB mounted.
Cool. Okay. So what? So when you stream on your either YouTube or Twitch, what camera do you have?
I actually have Green's old Logitech C932, I believe.
Okay.
Something like that.
Or
And it's a
920,
great-
something like that.
Yeah. It's a 1080p. and it runs really nicely. It's just a matter of how much light can I put in there to reduce how much graininess there is. So
Even low end cameras these days are good.
They're
Yeah.
pretty good, yeah. So this cheapy one I got because I when Jerry was in doing his online schooling, he needed a camera because they would do Zoom meetings on occasion, blah blah blah. So I was like, okay, well I had a Logitech C920, I think, which is the 1080, and it was a decent one. But I was like,
What
yeah,
I
but
have.
yeah, I said, buddy, you can have it. Say you need it for school, and at the time I wasn't really using it for anything. So I was like, well, eventually I was like, well, I should probably get another webcam for myself, just because I'll chat with my mom sometimes or whatever, chat with you guys. So, but there was not like a Logitech cam to be had in like the entire northern hemisphere of the earth. They were nowhere to be seen. I'm like, well, shit. And I would go to like Target and Walmart, and they didn't have them, and it was just everything was just like gone. So I was like, well, all right. So I got back on Amazon and got well, I'm not going to pull it down because it'll make everybody motion sick, but I got El Cheapo camera for, I don't know, it probably wasn't much, 30, 40, $50 or whatever. And it does 1080p, but at 30 FPS, which is I think standard, but 60 looks better, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what I have now, and like you said, if you've got enough light, it ends up looking decent. But I'm not gonna like bump up to unless I'm streaming for thousands of people, I'm not gonna bump myself up to a DSLR camera to stream with.
Well, I just found out a couple days ago that you can use the take pictures digital cameras to actually use for streaming now.
Yep.
Some
And
of
then
the mid-range to high tier ones.
Elgato makes a, what do they call it? Elgato makes a device. I can't remember what it's called, but you can actually hook it up to an old GoPro and use it as a webcam. And
Really?
GoPros have good pictures.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
It's-
kind of cool.
It's, oh, crappers. What is that thing called? It's an Elgato
Capture card?
Well, I mean, it acts as a capture card, yes, but it's got a specific name. And you can actually, like I said, you can hook up an old GoPro to it. It'll change a couple of different things, or it'll make them into a webcam style device.
I'm like,
What's that?
I just looked it up. We
What's
have these devices in front of us called computers.
Oh, that's true. Well, what's it called then?
Camlink.
Camlink. Yes, thank you. Yes, the Elgato Camlink. Yes. Man, I almost hurt myself trying to remember what that thing's called. Yes.
See the pain. That's why I went and looked it up.
Yeah, the smoke rolling out from underneath the headphones here. Cool. So I know Green has the Razer headset there. Patrick, yours is a HyperX, right?
Yes, HyperX Cloud 2.
Nice. And Phil is not. Sorry, Pagan Tech is not using a headset this fine evening. Do you not usually?
No, I usually use it. I just didn't set it up tonight.
Cool. What kind of headset?
Steel Series 9X, I believe. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So, like I said, I've got the audio portion down, but the video bit. Oh, and one of these days, Pagan Tech, when you and I have a couple hours to spare together, I will probably have you log into my computer somehow or another and help me set up the OBS software because it confuses me greatly.
Okay, no worries.
I
can help you out.
Yeah, I think I start doing the basics and all this stuff, and I get mad, and then I go out and yell at clouds, and it just really I really have a problem with it because I just don't know it. So.
That's not where the cloud software lives.
No.
Well, I go and yell at it anyway, just in case.
Well, that's what I was doing earlier today, so I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you were. Yeah.
You saw our Geek Speak in there.
Hoser, you did not have to do that.
Do what?
Well, somebody has just gifted me a copy of Cyberpunk 2077. So.
Wow. Oh, congratulations.
Yeah. So I guess now I have to like play it. And
You
stuff.
do.
Some
You do.
anonymous asshole.
Yeah.
There is some dude who gets on my Warframe account and like buys new players all kinds of shit. I don't get it.
What are you gonna do, right?
Yeah.
Well, cool. So, yeah, so that might be kind of fun just to play because I've got a bunch of games that I've bought on Steam over the years that, that I could probably stream. Although, again, it's for me, it's just really a matter of spare time and not having a whole lot of it. So I know one of the things with Twitch streaming in particular is it's good to be fairly consistent as far as, you know, every other day or every couple days or a specific day during the week. And I just, you know, I spend a whole lot of time on the radio station. So, you know, Patty's like,
Well, I mean, if your thought about doing the radio streaming is going to be on a scheduled time,
yeah, this is true. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. That's a good point. I could,
and while the music is playing, you could be bullshitting with whoever's in chat.
yeah.
And one of the things that I've heard now, I'm not a streamer, I'm more of a viewer of streams.
Right.
But one of the things that I keep hearing is if you're going to do it, don't stop talking. Whether there's someone in the room or not, don't stop talking because you never know when someone will pop in.
Oh, okay. I mean, that makes sense, I guess. I mean, one thing I'm
Looks like
pretty good
I
at
am
is
seeing the wrap it up light. Yeah. Over on the
Now,
side over there.
Are you getting high five from the director over there? Is that what I'm understanding?
The director is letting me know that there are things queued for tonight.
I see. All right. Well, we could probably. I mean, all of this is to say that Pagan Tech, like I said, let's get together at some point for an hour or two, and you can log into my system and show me how to use this concerned OBS software because it really.
Dude,
I got you.
I'm not a streamer and I figured out how to use it. It can't be that difficult.
You know,
It's funny. I'm actually running
where
2
this-
instances of it
where
right
this
now.
is coming from.
I'm ADHD, so there's a whole lot of buttons and sliders.
Don't even talk to me about that. Don't even go there.
Oh man. Anyway, all right. Well, since we're getting the high sign from, we've got wife aggro, as they say in game. There, let's go ahead and start. So, since you're getting the stink eye, Pagan Tech, why don't you go first and give us your plugs there?
Alrighty, yeah. Yep, you can catch me on twitch.tv/Pagan Tech. That's PAGANTEK. And usually catch me streaming some sort of flight sim or Kerbal or space or science or something like that. But here recently, I've really delved into my photography editing in Photoshop and running 9,414 images through processing. So that's my current project. Catch me there. Probably seeing this on YouTube. So thanks.
And Green Bear.
Twitch.tv/The Green Bear or The Green Bear. Doing an awful lot of Warframe right now, especially with the upcoming content. Play City of Heroes, play a number of different things. Got some musical streams coming up. I'm a percussionist and got some drumming to do. So do a variety of things, everything from just chatting to kicking evil alien ass.
Excellent. Never a bad pastime, quite honestly. Patrick, do you have anything that you want to plug, say, or do before I wrap it up from my end here?
No, go watch these idiots. They're
Yeah.
funny to watch at times.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do is plug other people. So go watch them, eh? I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, you can hear me at stnradio.com. We broadcast music 24 hours. There is live stuff going on in the evenings of Tuesday and Wednesday and Friday and Saturday and Sunday. And my wife does a Beatles show Sunday morning called Brunch with the Beatles. That's always great. Usually Jerry Formal and I do a metal show Sunday evening called The Forge, but he will be working, so it'll just be me solo this Sunday.
Black
Saturday,
out this time.
Right? I know. Well, it's like, look, you got to tell your boss. No, he's not getting paid for this, so he's making money over there. But let me see. Saturday is JD's show. It's called A Shot of JD. That starts promptly at 7, and then from 9 to midnight is A Plague to Make Your Booty Move, aka the Saturday Dance Party. And that's always a good time too. So yes, come and log on to stnradio.com because we've got the schedule there. You can link to all of our link sharing partners are all on there. You can link to Pagan Tech's page. You can link to the Green Bears page. So plenty to see and do there. If you just jump from stnradio.com, obviously there's a player there. You hit play and you can listen to whatever we're playing at the moment. And with that, thanks everybody for listening and tuning in and hanging in there. This is going to be a particularly long episode, but I think that is okay. And with that, I will turn it over to you, Pagan Tech.
Appreciate it. And thanks everybody for sticking around for the Round Table of Fools. These idiots and nincompoops and ne'er-do-wells, and of course fools, I've wasted enough of your time and we're headed off to the sunset for tonight. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.